Это не прогноз, это то, что уже случилось. К этому можно по-разному относиться. Можно считать, что всадники апокалипсиса уже в пути. И вся надежда на Господа Бога, Всевышнего.
Dmitry Medvedev, deputy chairman of the Security Council of the Russian Federation, has said, "You need to believe in the best, but be prepared for anything." And it's hard to deny the obvious. He thinks the horsemen of the apocalypse are on their way. Could be. But I think two of the horsemen are not only on their way, they are already here. And looks like a third one is on the way. Let me try to explain. Rider on a white horse represents plague, deception. Over the past 2 years, more than 500 million people have been infected with a mysterious virus, COVID, and we still don't know where it came from. Almost 6.5 million people died. Officially, the cases are gradually decreasing. In the last week, no more than over 700,000 cases were recorded in the world, and only 6 months ago, the number of infected was measured by several million. The virus continues to mutate and actively spread in many countries. The situation is also complicated by the emergence of monkeypox and hepatitis of unknown origin. The problem doesn't go away. People are already tired of viruses, and the media has now switched its attention to the geopolitical crisis, the rider on the red horse.
С праздником вас! С Днем Великой Победы! Ура!
Rider on a red horse represents the special operations, war. The confrontation in the east of Europe has entered a hot phase, which has been going on for over 4 months. At the same time, the special operations of the Russian Federation is not the only point of tension in the world. Taiwan is worrisome. China considers the island its own territory and doesn't recognize its independence. According to the position of the Chinese authorities, Taiwan is a breakaway province which, if necessary, will be returned by force. The United States, in turn, is ready to help Taiwan protect its territory in the event of an invasion by China, as stated by Joe Biden.
You didn't want to get involved in the Ukraine conflict militarily for obvious reasons. Are you willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes.
You are.
The rider on the black horse represents hunger. The Ukrainian crisis could plunge 1.7 billion people into starvation, according to the United Nations. There's already up to 23 million people in Ethiopia, Kenya and Somalia who are suffering from food insecurity due to drought. Shortages are exacerbated by disruption to supply chains and accompanied by record price increases. The rider on a pale horse represents death. That's something I don't want to talk about right now. The way it will appear is unknown. No matter how you try to calculate the situation or analyze global politics, that fourth and final horseman needs to be stopped in its track. However, NATO and the US aren't helping the situation.
Yes.
Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu is trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
Это не прогноз, это то, что уже случилось. К этому можно по-разному относиться. Можно считать, что всадники апокалипсиса уже в пути. И вся надежда на Господа Бога, Всевышнего.